From CryptoNation, and thank you for joining in for another one of my cryptocurrency videos. Tonight I'm actually going to be doing another video about B3Coin, and this is just to answer a couple of questions that some of my subscribers have sent to me over the last few days, and comments that people have made, and also my Twitter account, and that's just really to do a bit more of a deep dive into B3Coin, and just kind of give a sort of more rounded review of what B3Coin is, and why myself and I think a lot of other people have been talking about it, but really why we're talking about it, and what the advantages of the coin is. So I mean, if you guys haven't seen any of my previous videos, go and have a look. I've been making videos on B3Coin ever since I got into it, which is around the I think it's about the 29th of September. So there's a couple of videos going back that just sort of details about my the sort of when I purchased, and a couple of things surround B3Coin. But really today I just wanted to take a bit more of a deep dive because that's what you guys have asked for. So what is B3Coin? Let's start right at the top. B3Coin is an anti-Instamine, no Premier, no ICO, no IPO coin. So a lot of people have actually asked, well, what's an anti-Instamine coin? Because I don't think they quite understood what that is. What anti-Instamine means is that when a lot of coins get released by their developers, the developers usually pre-mine a certain amount of coins. So whether that's 1 million or 10 million coins, that is coins that the developers pre-mine before they release it to the public. So basically, once the coin is then released to the public, the developers have some of that coin for themselves, which they can then obviously sell off in exchanges or on the marketplace to kind of recoup some of the expenses and everything that they've had to put in. But B3Coin is as it says there, an anti-Instamine coin, which means the developers did not pre-mine any of this coin. They pretty much, like everyone else who's invested into this coin, had to invest their actual money into this coin. So there was no pre-mining for the developers on this coin. And no ICO, no IPO, no Premier, basically what it says there. So again, like a lot of coins when they do get released, as you guys will be fully aware, there are tons of coins who have ICOs, so initial coin offerings, and that is a period of time again where a certain amount of coins are released, and people can either invest in, it's usually in Ethereum, but it can be in Bitcoin or whatever, but there's a certain time where you can get X amount of coins at a discount, and you invest X amount of Ethereum or Bitcoin or whatever, and then you are able to buy those tokens or those coins before they are released to the general public. So all these different mechanisms that are spoken about here are really just kind of pre-launch mechanisms where where early investors can get in and buy some of those coins before it actually goes to market. So B3Coin works a little differently than any other coins. B3Coin has it's a proof of stake coin, and its current staking rate is, as you can see here, all the staking rates on the right hand side, but its current staking rate is 10,000% per annum, and it is because we are in this block here of 60 to 80,000 blocks. So and these are the blocks on the actual blockchain. So a lot of people have said 10,000%, that's absolutely crazy, that just creates hyperinflation, so forth. And the idea of why this 10,000% stake rate for those 20,000 blocks were brought in, because as I've just mentioned, a lot of coins have pre-mine or have ICOs. Think of this 10,000% as being the B3Coin ICO. So this period of hyperinflation was specifically programmed into the coin so that it could bring a lot of interest to the coin, so investors into the coin, because of the staking rate. So a lot of people would have bought coin off the exchanges and then started staking this coin so that they can capitalize on this 10,000% staking rate. So when that is over, then you can almost kind of think of the ICO period of this coin being over, and that's when we'll get into the 80,000 range and the 100,000 range, when it goes down from 100 to 20 to 5% per annum. So thereby completely doing away with that sort of hyperinflation that currently exists within the coin. So just to give you a quick look of where we are on the blockchain, we're currently at block 77,652. So we are quite deep into this period. There's probably about, I think it's about another 8 or 9 days of staking left at this 10,000%. So if you want to get in now, is probably the really best time to go and buy some coins, because it's really cheap. It's at 3 Satoshi. And you've, as I said, you've only got about 9, maximum I'd say 9 days, give or take, left of that sort of 10,000% staking rate. But I've got some math right. Well, I'll show you in a second, which will really go into actually how you can still make a ton of profit just over the next 8 or 9 days by making use of this 10,000% staking rate. So what sits behind the coin? Basically, it's a script algorithm, proof of stake. So as I said here, it's the fast script algorithm, proof of stake coin, which is about 12 times faster and 12 times more secure than the SHA-256 algorithm used on the Bitcoin blockchain. Safe and fast and secure. So the B3 is a decentralized, transparent, and open source blockchain offering fast, reliable, and secure transactions across a large user network. And then obviously that staking rate of 10,000%, which obviously will not be there forever. And then basically, where can you buy it? So you can either buy it on Cryptopia and Coin Exchange. I know Nova is mentioned here, but as you guys know, or if you don't know, Nova is closing down pretty soon, and they will be stopping all deposits on, I think it's the 30th of November. So I definitely won't advise anyone to go and buy anything on Nova Exchange at the moment. So if you are looking to buy Cryptopia and Coin Exchange, are probably your best two options there. And that really brings us down to the roadmap, which is where I think a lot of the interesting sort of material lies, that really talks a lot about the future of this coin. Because as I said earlier, think about this 10,000% range, staking rate range that we're in, as being the ICO period of this coin. And once that is done, then we'll actually get into the sort of meat and potatoes bit of this coin, as we like to say, where we actually start, enacting the roadmap, where the roadmap really starts to come to life, and all the stuff that's promised on the roadmap will start coming in. So what's first on the roadmap? Well, first on the roadmap is masternodes. And actually what they've done with B3Coin is they've called it something different. It's being called a fundamental node. Now, this is going to work a little bit different than a masternode. There's still, I wouldn't say not too much information out about that at the moment, and that is for a very good reason, because the B3 team is currently in testing of this technology, and they're just making 100% sure that it all works and it's all, singing and dancing before they do the whole press release on what fundamental nodes are and how they operate. From what I understand, they operate fundamentally different to a masternode, in the sense that when you put money collateral into a masternode, for instance, I've got a Collex masternode, a Colossus Coin XT masternode, which holds 10 million coins in collateral. So what that means is I put 10 million coins in the wallet, and that 10 million coins are effectively locked up, and they can't be used, but they're not taken out of circulation. They're just locked within the wallet. So if I do then get rid of the masternode or whatever, I can then unlock those coins eventually and sell them off again, or which is the equivalent of selling your masternode. Very similar to what you can do in like Dash and other masternode coins. What is different with fundamental nodes is that the money that you put into the fundamental node as collateral, those coins are effectively burnt. So what that means is, it means those coins are taken out of circulation completely. So they're out of total supply, they're out of circulation. Those coins can never be used again. They are effectively burnt. So what that means is that this this period of hyperinflation that we've gone through just now, a lot of the people who will be investing in fundamental nodes, people like myself who will be buying some of these fundamental nodes, the money that we'll be putting into those fundamental nodes will go out of the supply, so they will be burned, which means that, you know, effectively the supply comes down, making the coin a bit more scarce, and then obviously also pushing up the price because of that. So it fixes that massive oversupply issue that we have at the moment, and you know, this will take some time to implement, and I'm sure there's other features in the master nodes that we don't know about at the moment, so I don't want to go too much into it, because I know that in the next few days there will be an announcement on how these fundamental nodes actually function, so do keep an eye out for that. But I know that that's one fundamental difference between the master node and fundamental node. It's just about how fundamental nodes really lower coin supply and circulation supply to kind of push up the price of the coin. So what's coming in Q1 of 2018? Simple payment verification. So it says here, simple payment verification is a technique described in Satoshi Nakamoto's paper. SPV allows for a lightweight client to verify that the transactions is included in the Bitcoin blockchain without downloading the whole entire blockchain. So again, I'm not 100% sure about how this works, because I'm not like a blockchain technology guru, but usually how verification of transactions do work is that if I run a node, I will have to download the entire blockchain and run that and have a copy of that on my node, so will everyone else's node in the network, so that they can verify transactions. This, just as it implies in the paper, is a lightweight way of doing this. So again, I'm not 100% sure on the whole how that all works, but it just seems to suggest that, you know, you wouldn't have to run a whole sort of separate node on just to do transaction verifications, which is really interesting. Then also the Android wallet. So yeah, what it says on the tin, an Android wallet app that allows you to send and receive funds. And then the other big thing, which I think is probably the biggest thing for Q1 of 2018, is listing on exchanges, and the two specifically mentioned here is Bittrex and Binance. And I know, especially like Bittrex, once coins get listed on Bittrex, the value of those coins almost always goes up. So this is quite big news for Q1. Q2, there's a lot more interesting stuff coming. B3 core update. So the core update to the blockchain will allow for the implementation of SegWit, or segregated witness, and also the use of the Lightning network. So the Lightning networks are part of the Bitcoin core kind of network that will allow for faster transactions. As you all know, one of the Achilles heels of Bitcoin at the moment is the speed of transactions. So the Lightning network has been brought in. It's an upgrade that will allow for much quicker transactions to happen over the Bitcoin network. Again, improvements in the wallet, and then obviously SegWit. So B3Coin will be the first proof of stake coin that will offer SegWit with masternodes, with fundamental nodes, which, you know, I think is a really sort of big thing. And then obviously in the future is decentralized exchanges. I think decentralized exchanges is going to be huge. That is where the world is going to at the moment. Atomic swaps and decentralized exchanges is where it's going to be in the future. So there's some really interesting stuff going on within the Bitcoin, or the B3 development team at the moment. They did make a note at the bottom. It says the B3 dev team is working on some of the most cutting edge features in crypto coin, of crypto coins and tokens out today. The B3 coin will be the first coin with SegWit and masternodes. Even though B3 coin is an open source project, we've temporarily stopped committing code to the GitHub because we do not want other coin developers to copy our code and release before we do. So I was actually on a call with in the Discord just last night, and there was a big call going on, or just a chat with all of the sort of developers. Jamie Woodruff was in there, a couple of guys, and they were basically just talking about, you know, some of the news coming, the big news coming in the next couple of days, but specifically about some of the cutting edge stuff they're doing around the fundamental nodes, and why they have not put a lot of that stuff up onto the GitHub yet. and it's purely so that they don't want people to steal that intellectual property basically, or copy that intellectual property and put it into other coins before B3 can be released. So if you guys want to know more about the coin or get in touch with the community, the Discord I can really recommend. I've been on the Discord for ages. Really awesome community, really friendly people, very helpful. So yeah, the Discord is awesome. Twitter account's really active, always updates on Twitter and Facebook going on there. So that the social aspect of this coin and the community aspect of this coin is really vibrant and kicking. And then last thing on the page is obviously just the Windows Wallet, Mac Wallet, and the official link to the GitHub, and that's that. So this basically covers the basics of the coin, and I really wanted to jump into one or two other bits of the coin, which will help you understand a lot of my thinking behind it and where and why I chose to get involved with this coin even way back in September when it was still brand new. So jumping into this is the B3Coin GitHub repository, but I'm just basically looking at all the contributors to this coin at the moment, and really just the sort of the 5 devs that are currently involved in this coin, and just really wanted to show you guys some of the projects that they've been working with. This guy Josh Faced, he's been working on BitSend, Bitcoin Classic. If we look at Satoshi Ninja, he's been involved again in obviously like B3, but also Pivx, one of the main developers on Pivx. Limex Dev again, BitSend, Bitcoin, involved in the kind of Bitcoin development. So the development team on this coin have been really they've been involved in a couple of key projects and a couple of key cryptocurrencies and coins that have done very well. And 2 of them that I'd really like to highlight tonight is one is BitSend, and BitSend, as you can see, the current value of this coin is 94 cents. But if you also look at what BitSend has done over the last few months and how the value of that coin has gone up, it's a really successful coin, and it's done massively well over the last few months. And the other one is also Bitcore. Again, look at Bitcore's price. It's $27 for the coin. But again, Bitcore has done really well over the last couple of months. So these guys have been involved in, and as I said, Pivx. We don't even have to go into Pivx here, but where Satoshi Ninja has been involved in. But these guys have been involved in some really key projects, and which is one of the reasons I have such a high belief in this coin, is because of the kind of the core team that's built around it, the expertise, especially in cryptocurrency and the development of cryptocurrency, that these guys bring to the party, and also the level of innovation that they have worked on with other coins and bringing that into B3 Coin. One of the other people that is involved in the project more recently I'd like to cover is Jamie Woodruff. So Jamie Woodruff, if you don't know who he is, go to his Twitter page. It's twitter.com/Jamie_geek. But Jamie Woodruff is a white hat hacker and a, for lack of a better term, a cybersecurity consultant that effectively he consults on with a lot of celebrities, VIP people, and kind of high-flying people to effectively consult them on cybersecurity and protecting their digital assets, and probably hacks their websites and their kind of I suppose their systems to ethically to exploit any weaknesses and to help them plan around their security online. But yeah, Jamie's a really interesting addition to the team. As you can see here, he's the B3 Coin ambassador, very well known in the industry, especially in the cryptography and the cybersecurity industry. He's a massive person to have joined the team, especially in terms of his reach out into the world, and the amount of influence and stuff he brings, but also the expertise that he is bringing onto the team and contributing to that sort of core development team that is around B3. So yeah, just go and check him out. He's there. Also, if you're on the Discord, he's very active on the Discord. Yeah, top quality guy. So I think they've really built an awesome team around B3. Also, if you go into the Discord, there is a couple of people on this Discord which on the marketing side, Evan Amonis, who is a really key marketing guru. He's basically the person running a lot of the marketing material and stuff for B3Coin. He's always on there, he's active. And then obviously Jamie's there. But we've also got Born Great and Ergo and Anya from just being involved in a couple of other cryptocurrencies. They're always there, and these guys have really come to be a key part of this sort of B3 team. So the whole B3 team, from everything from marketing to development to brand ambassadors and everything, is shaping up to be quite the A team, for lack of a better expression. So yeah, so really interesting stuff going to happen around that. So anyway, so without sort of banging on too much, I really wanted to touch on something here, which is the master nodes, or as I said, the fundamental nodes. And because a lot of people have asked, well, how much will they cost? There's a lot of kind of, well, we're not quite sure what's happening in this space. And all I can say is that obviously the B3 team said that there will be a announcement is imminent in the next couple of days that will explain all about how the fundamental nodes work, and how they will be, how they'll be used to reduce coin supply and total supply of the coin. That has been brought in with hyperinflation. But the one thing I just wanted to kind of quickly show that I found, which was around the cost of that fundamental node and effectively how much coins will be burnt every time a fundamental node is brought online, is basically a piece of the code that was updated probably about 8 hours ago now, in the B3 GitHub. And the file I want to look at is fn activity, so that's fundamental node / or fundamental node / activity.h. And it's basically, it deals with the collateral that will be required to set up a fundamental node. And what I could see from the collateral here, if you guys have a look, your total input for a fundamental node, which is what I suspect, and this is just from me kind of going through some of the code and reading it, will be 25 million. So in my mind, the code, and I might be wrong until the official announcement comes out, but in my mind, that kind of little piece of code over there, that is this function fundamental node amount, is going to be 25 million for the fundamental node. So that should hopefully give everyone a bit of a guideline in terms of what the cost of a fundamental node is going to be. And I think there'll be more announcements about the kind of payouts, the rewards that we get out of the fundamental node. But I think the fundamental nodes are, I wouldn't say primarily there to deal with burning coin and the hyperinflation, and I think these guys have promised some really interesting features that are coming out of the fundamental nodes that will completely redefine how people, how the cryptocurrency works with master nodes and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, just watch this space for more information. But all I can see is from reading code that 25 million coin is what will probably get you a master node or a fundamental node. So where are we with B3Coin today? B3Coin today is absolutely stupidly cheap. So if you can look at, so currently sitting at 3 Satoshi. The price obviously heavily influenced by the circulating supply, which is 279 billion, and that is obviously due to this hyperinflation that has been brought in by the sort of 10,000% staking rate that there is currently, and that's going to continue for another sort of 8 or 9 days. But don't let that scare you off. As I said, there are solid plans in place for actually how to reduce that supply. I don't know if it will be back to that max supply of about 2 billion, but I think that's kind of roughly where they'll be getting to. let's wait for more announcements from the B3 team as to exactly how that's going to work. But that's the current price for B3 as it is at the moment. So a lot of you guys also asked me from my last video, is it still a good time to get into B3? And basically, I'd say yes. Now is still a great time to get into B3, depending on how much money you want to throw into it. But I just did a little spreadsheet here to give you guys a quick show of how much you could potentially make just in the next 8 or 9 days and going forward at the current price where it is. So what I did here was, and just to be conservative, I just took 8 days, worked out a price at the staking rate of 10,000%, and what I started off with was a starting balance of 10 million coins, basically. So if you start off and if you went to Cryptopia today or wherever, and you bought or you managed to get your hands on like 10 million coins, that would probably be something like $3,000 or something like that, give or take. But basically, your 10 million dollars, if you had to buy them today, and my advice would be for anyone buying coins today and wanting to stake, please join one of the pools. There are a couple of pools there. I think there's 2 pools, community pools, that you can join. Just go into the Discord. There's a channel here that says start here with a B3 official pool. Click on that one. There's also another guy which is called My Frogger. He's also set up a very successful pool. I'm actually in Frogger's pool, but it doesn't matter which one of the 2 pools you join. They basically stake at the same rate. But if you join one of the pools and you put your 10 million coin into that pool, you'll be staking at roughly about 27% a day. So I'm just taking that, and on 10 million, you'll be staking 2.7 million. So at the end of your first day, you will have a ending balance of 12.7 million coin. So that is the equivalent of about $3,162.30. Now, if you just staked and compounded, and you didn't touch your coins for the next 8 days, basically what you will have by the end of this 8 days through the staking and compounding is that you will have roughly about 76 million coins, totaling in $16,851.13. Now this is still just using the same rate that we've got today. So this is still at 3 satoshis. That if the rate didn't change in the next 8 days, you will have made in the order of about $13,000 just from staking without a change in the price, right? So, and if you want to just drop and sell after that staking rate's gone and extract your money, then that's up to you. But I'm in it for the long haul. As I said, I'm going to take out a fundamental node, but I'm probably going to take out at least 2 fundamental nodes. But I wanted to give you guys an idea of actually what your coin, what your investment could look like if you stayed in it for the long term. And as I said, if you've had a look at what these coins that these guys have worked on have done, and what the plans are with this coin, especially with their fundamental nodes, and how they're going to burn coins to bring down the supply and push up the price, and everyone that they've got in this team, I just wanted to give you an idea of actually what would happen if you left your coins, bought a fundamental node, and left whatever is left of your coins that you started from. So from your $3,000 investment, your 10 million coins, what would happen? So so if we said we took out 25 million coins for a fundamental node, you would be left with a balance of about 42.6 million coins. Now 42.6 million coins at 3 satoshis is going to be $10,626.13. Now, what I just basically did is I just took this remaining balance and just left it. So let's say you do not stake your coins, because remember, you are still going to have these staking rates of 100% per annum, 20% per annum, 5% per annum. So if and these are all for 20,000 blocks, or at least this 100% is for 20,000 blocks, which I think takes about 2.5 months to get through sort of 20,000 blocks. That's just a rough estimation. But let's just say you did not stake your coins whatsoever and you just left your 42.6 million coins remaining in your wallet. I just wanted to give you an idea of what it would look like if the price went up from 2 Satoshi to 10 Satoshis. Your $10,000 would be transformed into $35,000. And again, if the price went up to 20 Satoshis, you would be looking at $70,000. And lastly, then 50, $177,000. And then if the price went up to 100 Satoshis, which is completely possible with the decrease in circulating supply and in total supply, as more and more of these fundamental nodes come online and as more people hold on to their coins and its scarcity go up, so will the price as well. So 100 Satoshis is a completely realistic price for this coin in 6 months or 12 months time. But just look at what could happen. Your initial $3,000 investment in 1 year's time, or whenever it is, could be worth $350,000, and that is if you just took out 25 million for a fundamental node, which means you'll still get rewards for your fundamental node being on the network, and you will have a remaining balance. And if you just took that remaining balance, that would be what it's worth. So, if you take the long-term approach to this coin, and instead of just pumping and dumping or buying and flipping and making a quick buck, which is up to you to do, but if you wanted to stick with it more long-term, that's $350,000. I know which one I'd probably take. I'd probably stick out for a bit and take the $350,000 instead of making a quick 10,000 or a quick 13,000 off of my initial investment. So that I'm pretty clear which one I would want to do. So I just wanted to demonstrate to you guys what is possible if you took a long-term approach to investment in this coin. But I always say, just any investment advice, never invest more money than you're willing to lose. So if you're not willing to lose $3,000, then don't invest into it. But if you've got $3,000 knocking around and you could potentially turn that into $300,000 in the course of a year, then I would say that's probably worth it. Or at least that's what I would do. But that's just my own opinion. That's not professional advice or whatever like that. So yeah, guys. I hope this video was helpful for you guys in terms of just running through a little bit about what Bitcoin is. What B3Coin is, who's involved with B3Coin, what I think a fundamental node is going to cost, and what some of the projects people have been working on, and potentially how much money you could make even if you just staked for the next 8 days, and you just waited for the supply to go down and the price to go up. You could be sitting on a nice little nest egg in 6 months or 12 months from now. So yeah, that's really all I wanted to cover today, and I really hope this helps, and this covers the questions and the things that people have been asking me about B3 and some of the other videos that I've made about B3. Anyway, thanks for tuning into my video, guys. As always, please click on the like and subscribe buttons down below and share the video. I really like all the sort of good stuff, all the good vibes that you guys have been sending me and sharing with my videos. Always much love when you like and share my content. But until next time, guys, thanks very much for tuning into my video.